Welcome back, people, to Reeled In. This is a very special episode that we are filming without half of Reeled In knowing. This is just with the superior hosts of Reeled In, Avery and Alex. And we're
gonna talk about Star Wars finally.
Now that the non-Star Wars people,
the non-believers, now that they're out of here.
We were in our element now. We're free. We can speak freely now.
I should preface by saying that I hate Star Wars.
Okay. I want to preface by saying I love Star Wars.
You know, I did grow up with Star Wars, and I love Star Wars in many ways, but I love Star Wars like you love someone that you're in an abusive relationship with, you know?
I do know a lot about that.
So you can relate to me in this sense, yeah. Like, Star Wars...
You need to cut that relationship off. Get out of there, Alex.
I have been badly abused by Star Wars for many years, but just like in any abusive relationship, sometimes there's the good moments that make you realize, oh, maybe there's something here. Like, there's still the good times, you know?
True.
Like, every now and then, your partner will be like, hey, Andor, you know? And you're like, wow, I still love this person, you know? And then they'll be like, hey, what about Book of Boba Fett? And you're like, ooh, I gotta get out of this relationship.
Yeah, then it spirals again.
Yeah.
But today, we're gonna do, I don't know, how long do you want this episode to be?
As long as it needs to be.
What the fuck does that mean?
I have a hard out at 5.
Anyways.
So let's talk about The Mandalorian versus Grok.
Oh my god.
The hit summer blockbuster.
Oh my god. Can I just say, Kiana and I, we bought tickets day of.
Friend of the show.
And
designer of the logo.
Yes, designer of the logo. And I cannot stand 3D. Like, 3D to me, I don't know what happens. I get a headache. And
me too.
Yeah, okay, I can't watch 3D.
We saw Mercy in 3D. Did that give you a headache?
Yes, but that's because throughout the movie I was taking them off.
Sure. But I got a headache because of just how bad the movie was. Less so the 3D, although that probably contributed.
That movie.
Ugh, fuck me. Okay. As much as spoilers for what we're about to talk about, as much as I didn't like Mandalorian versus Grok, Mercy is probably the worst movie I've seen in a theater this year and possibly ever. It's a bad movie, but okay. Anyways.
But that's besides
we're talking about a masterpiece in comparison. So go ahead.
Anyways, so Kiana and I, we were going to watch it in 2D, but we're in the screening. It's like us, and it was weirdly not a lot of people went. Like, we were one of 2 of 10 people total, and this was like
opening weekend.
Like, we saw it, I think,
for
day
the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah, for arguably one of the biggest franchises. But anyways, so we have 2 of 10, and it's taking a while for them to start the movie, and we're just like, oh, weird. It's been 20 minutes. Why hasn't our previews or anything started? And then this guy comes out, and he's like, hey, gang. So the I don't know what is the whatever to play the projector or the disc or whatever. It's not working. We can't play the 2D version. Ooh. But don't worry, you're all getting upgraded to 3D. And I was like, oh my god.
I would have walked out.
I was tempted to. I was really tempted to because I can't do 3D. But you know what? We
saw Stinky the Hutt's abs in 3D. Popping right at you.
Right at me.
Right in your face.
I think that was arguably the best part of the movie.
That's fair.
Yeah, I went in with low expectations because I'm not a huge fan of The Mandalorian, like the TV show. It's just not. I don't know what it is. I'm not a huge fan of Baby Yoda of Grok.
Really?
I know everyone is obsessed with him. I'm not. I'm sorry.
You don't think he's cute?
I don't find him cute. I think he moves weirdly. I know that's puppeteering. Sorry, I'm putting my legs up. I know that's the puppeteer. I find that he doesn't look like other beings in Star Wars. They feel like actual beings. He to me doesn't. He just feels like a doll. You know?
I like that about it. I like that it looks just like a Muppet. That's great. That's the best stuff about the original trilogy. If you go back and you watch Empire now, Yoda looks like a puppet. He doesn't look like an actual alien. But I like that.
I'm not to me, Yoda, I feel like in the original feels more realistic than Grogu. And I know that's
sure.
And especially considering the time or the decades that Empire, I can acknowledge like, whoa, this was big technology at the time. But I just don't like Grogu. I'm sorry,
but
man.
I think the difference is that Yoda is a character, and Grogu like isn't really a character. He's just like there to make baby noises and be cute.
Yeah.
So with Yoda, it's like you see a personality in Yoda.
Yes.
And so even if he doesn't look realistic, he speaks. He has character. He has personality. Yeah. And so you overlook those things. Yeah. And the goofiest stuff in Star Wars is the stuff where it's a weird alien that doesn't have a personality. You know, weird background aliens where you're like, that one looks kind of weird, you know?
Sure.
But all the main character ones usually look good.
Yeah.
Because you're invested in them, so you overlook how fake can sometimes look.
Yeah.
And Grogu is an odd situation where you're invested in the sense that he's cute, but
that's like, it.
Yeah.
He's
not a character.
Marketing. Like, he's just to sell Grogu dolls or something like that. It's not, and I don't like that.
That's fair.
That's my first. Anyways.
Yeah, he's my least favorite thing about the show, for sure.
Okay. Oh my god, we agree. This is, I think, the one episode where Alex and I may have some things that align.
We may agree on some things.
We may agree on some things.
Because I also don't really like the show. I like season 1. I will say I like season 1.
It's the best season of the 3, but I still don't like it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I think, like... the reason I like season 1 is because it commits to a tone. It feels like it's actually trying to be a Western about this bounty hunter who's going on like these little adventures. Yeah. And that's fun for a while. And I get the temptation with season 2 to like actually move the story along because you can't do that forever. Yeah. But the problem is that season 2 is just bullshit, Dave Filoni garbage, you know?
Hey, I like Dave Filoni, but...
I hate... Dave Filoni becoming the president of Lucasfilm is probably like the equivalent of 9/11 for them. Oh this is a travesty.
I thought it was Kathleen Kennedy.
No, but she stepped down.
And so it's him now it's someone Dave Filoni?
Else.
Oh, okay.
Like someone else is doing the business side. Like I forget what her name is, and then Dave Filoni's doing the creative side. Whereas Kathleen Kennedy did both, which I think kind of stretched her thin, you know, which is part of the problem. Yeah. You know.
Okay. But fair enough. I like the animated stuff that he makes, and we will get into that later.
We'll talk about it.
So yeah. Do you want to summarize the movie, or do you want me to?
I can try.
Okay, go
Actually,
for it.
So I'll give a bit of my experience seeing it.
Okay.
I saw it in IMAX with my cousin.
Of course.
And there was like... it was like decently full. It's not as empty as yours, but there was this guy sitting 2 rows behind me who was so into the movie. They had the IMAX countdown, like from 10 thing that plays at the start, but it's Mandalorian themed.
Really? That's good.
Yeah. So by the time it got to the countdown, it was like Mandalorian and Grogu on the screen, and this guy stood up clapping and cheering.
I love that guy. I respect that guy.
No one else was reacting at all. It was only him.
Listen.
And he was like, "Come on, guys, come on, get up!"
It's a big deal for him. Listen, Star Wars is the first Star Wars movie since Rise of Skywalker, so it's been a solid 7 years.
I think that he's living in 2015. Like that moment's passed. Force Awakens, get up and clap and cheer. Go ahead, go nuts.
Oh my god!
Like that. I think that was the first movie I saw in theaters where people were cheering.
Same, actually. Yeah.
Like I saw it opening night. Yeah.
I'm going to brag about that.
I saw it like the Saturday of opening weekend, but that was like even then, like even if you go 3 weekends after it came out, like
people were still going. Yeah.
And we're just not living in that time anymore.
No.
Star Wars is a TV franchise.
Now. Yeah. Well,
that's the thing, because you say there hasn't been a Star Wars movie in 7 years, but there's been 20 TV shows. So it's not like you've been starved for Star Wars content.
Yeah.
It's not even like you've been starved for good Star Wars stuff. Like Andor exists. It's not like
Alex loves Andor, but we both do.
Andor is really good.
He's a bigger Andor fan than I am, which I'm a pretty big Andor fan.
I like Andor because it makes it. I like Andor because it's not Star Wars. You know.
I get what you're saying. It's not. Yeah.
Like Tony Gilroy, I feel, doesn't like Star Wars. Like he likes the original movies because they're good movies, but he's not invested in Star Wars lore. He doesn't care about like the niche kind of details. Whereas Dave Filoni is like, my favorite character is Kit Fisto. Like that's not the kind of guy that you want in charge of these movies.
We love Kit Fisto.
No, but
there's a Kit Fisto fan base out there, Alex.
I'm sure there is. But you don't want those guys making
Claude.
the movies.
I
You don't
guess.
want a glub shitto head making the movies. You want someone who just can tell a good story. And that's why
Yes.
Andor works.
Yes.
And Mandalorian and Rebels and Boba Fett and all this bullshit.
Don't talk about Rebels. Maul is also very good. He did Maul, but
I hear
continue.
good things, sure.
You can. I actually think you'd really like it.
We'll see. We'll see.
I actually think you'd like that over Rebels.
I'm sure I would.
Okay. Even though I know you don't like Maul.
No, I hate
But
Maul.
I think you'll like. I think Maul would be the worst thing about the show for you, but there's more than just Maul.
Okay.
I think you'd
That's
like
interesting.
it.
Maybe
yeah.
I would.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think, like, Darth Maul as a character isn't interesting to me.
Yeah.
As is the case with most things in Star Wars. Luke Skywalker is a good character, and Vader, and all the like iconic characters. But I'm not invested in random background aliens that show up for 5 seconds. I'm not invested in the devil-looking guy that has a double lightsaber. Like,
he's cool.
it looks cool, but he's not a character. I don't want to watch a whole season of television about the guy with the double face and the lightsaber. I don't
he's
care.
In Clone Wars. He's in Rebels. He's in
Comes
Maul.
back with spider legs. I don't give a shit.
And it's so good.
We will never be on the same page.
We will never
with this.
be. It's fine.
Like,
we're not talking about Clone Wars.
I'm the kind of person that sees the fucking like Mos Eisley alien walk by in Rogue One, and I want to kill myself. It's so annoying. I hate every time they do this.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I'm sorry.
Mandalorian versus Grok.
Yes. We're getting sidetracked.
Yes. This is a movie that very much is in that tradition of just showing you shit so that you can clap and say, I know what that is.
To a degree. I feel like it is done more in other shows and other movies.
Yeah.
But
it's way worse than other things.
This one is actually, I think, okay.
Sure. Okay.
Anyways,
We'll get into it.
So Mandalorian versus Grogu. And Grogu, sorry. Is it bad that I feel like I don't remember half this movie and I saw it, like a month ago? Not even?
Yeah,
I think that says everything.
That says it all, folks.
So it follows Mandalorian and Grogu. I think this is after season 3 of The Mandalorian.
An unspecified amount of time after, but...
Yes, this is after episode 6, but before episode 7?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
So I believe it takes place about 5 or 6 years after, so it's way closer to the episode 6 end, because there's a 30-year gap between them.
Okay.
So
there's Sigourney Weaver. Okay, there's
this is gonna be a tough movie to summarize.
I don't remember half this movie. There's the Mandalorian and Grogu, and basically Sigourney Weaver's like, hey, there's this guy named Rod of the Hutt. Can you you need to bring him to his family because they need to help the cause or something like that. Yeah,
like his cousins and an uncle or something, they need him, and so they hired the Republic, and then the Republic hired Mandalorian because they want his son.
Yes.
Their son, right, which is Stinky the Hutt.
Because he's the heir to Jabba the Hutt's kingdom.
Right. And the reason they do it is because the Hutts have information that they need about this other guy. So they're like, okay, we'll give you Stinky, and then you give us this information.
Yes. And that's really
the movie.
Then he goes and he does that.
He does that. Yeah.
That's basically it. And also we're referring to Stinky the Hutt as Stinky the Hutt because in Clone Wars...
he's also a glup shitto character from another thing.
In Clone Wars, which is a great movie. I really like that one, but I really like Ahsoka.
It's so bad. Like, I feel like even people that like the show hate that movie.
I don't mind it. The show's much better, but I do like them. Anyways,
they
call him Stinky the Hutt. I actually don't know his real name.
It's Rhoda.
Oh, Rhoda. Right.
But I won't call him that.
Yeah, we're calling Stinky the Hutt.
They don't call him that in this movie, which is fucked up.
It is pretty fucked up.
Which is, like, I feel like more people know him as Stinky than Rhoda. So...
Probably. I wonder if people know that it's the same guy.
Well, they show, like, the hologram of him as a baby, and he looks just as fucking stupid as he does in the Clone Wars.
I guess that's true.
I don't know.
Anyways, One of Rhoda's arcs, or one thing that he's like...
One of his many character arcs.
First of all, my main complaint about this movie, why the fuck does he sound like that? I cannot stand that he sounds like a depressed 50-year-old man, and he doesn't sound
I'm not like my dad.
Exactly, that's really good. Oh my god, that was really good. But I can't take him seriously. All the other Hutts in this movie, they have the Jabba, like the Hutt voice, you know? Yeah. And then he's just like a 50-year-old man. I'm just like, I can't stand it.
He's Jeremy Allen White.
That means nothing to me, man.
He's in The Bear. You know what that is?
That's a show.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
He's the titular bear.
Sure, but I can't stand his voice. I don't think they should have given Stinky that voice. It really pissed me off more than I feel like it should.
Do you think he should have just been talking like in Huttese with subtitles the whole movie?
I think I would have preferred that. Genuinely.
I also would have preferred it, but he's too big of a character for them to want to do that. Like, I would be okay with it, because I'm okay with watching movies with subtitles, because I'm a normal person. But the kind of people that will watch a Star Wars movie in the theater, they're not normal, and they don't watch movies. They watch the Clone Wars and shit for children. So they do not want to see a movie that's 50% subtitled in a fictional language. As cool as that would be.
That would be cool. But even I would prefer, being that person who watches I would prefer, or just him to talk with more of like a deeper, like they could have disoriented his voice a little bit, or just
they
something.
did. He doesn't sound exactly like Jeremy Allen White.
But he sounds like just a guy. Just like a Chad. He's just your guy, and he's like, man, I'm trying so hard to not be like my father. You don't know what is right. He says that 5 times. He says that every other line. We get it, Stinky.
He doesn't want to be like his dad.
Boo-hoo,
I'm my own man.
Exactly. Oh my god. You should have voiced him. Yeah, you would have been much better.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess I should say, before we even meet Stinky the Hutt, I don't know if you want to talk about this, because there is a character that is voiced by or played by a director that you really like.
Oh, I thought you meant like the beginning of the movie.
Oh, we can talk about that. I forget half. There's a cool action sequence. That's basically it.
What happens? He fights the AT-ATs.
Yeah, there's kind of like a cell, like an Imperial cell, and he goes and he kills them all, and because they're trying to destroy all the different Imperials that weren't on the Death Star when it blew up for the second time.
Like, they're still hanging around.
Yeah, it's not completely over, which, you can get into. I have feelings about that, but I understand they have to connect episode 6 and 7, so whatever. I truly think they shouldn't. I don't know. I don't like the fact that the Imperials are still alive. I think that's kind of
because they have to have the iconography that everyone knows. They have to have stormtroopers.
I know. I get it. I don't agree with it.
No, I don't agree with it either. I think it's justified in the sense that it's only 5 years after.
Yeah.
So it's they're still probably going to be around. But I still would rather they don't.
They just die on the Death Star. That's it. They all just drop
presumably they're going to be stationed across the galaxy.
I know.
I get it. It's not like it breaks canon or anything.
Yeah.
I just don't like the fact that everything is Stormtrooper, TIE Fighter. It's just the same shit.
Yeah.
But to be fair, even if it was later in the timeline and it's the First Order from the sequels, they're still just Stormtroopers. They just look slightly different.
Are a little, the
thing connects up to the eyes and it's more shiny.
Cool. And they got Phasma, who's silver.
She's silver.
Slay.
It's so cool.
She's so cool.
So shiny.
So shiny. But
that's just Star Wars. It's always gonna just do the same shit all the time.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But so a big action scene happens that none of us can remember because it's completely uninteresting.
He uses his jetpack.
He always uses his jetpack.
Off.
And then the pilot of the ship. Do you want to get into that right away? He gets on the ship, which is piloted by none other than
Zeb Aurelios. That's his full name. Which this was the hot Zeb. Well.
A highlight with an asterisk.
Yes. He was a highlight of the movie because I love Rebels more than I think the average Star Wars fan. Like, to me, Rebels is the best Star Wars TV show. Controversial. It's slightly above Andor. Andor slightly below it.
Man.
But I fucking love. I grew up like Rebels. To me is the show that I grew up with and I remember very, very well. The first exposure I had to Star Wars was Clone Wars, but I was like 4 when that came out. So there's only so much
Even
you remember.
before the movies?
But the first thing I watched was Clone Wars. And
That's
then
interesting.
Yeah, and then when I watched the movies, because my dad showed them 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 because he's a good father.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
That's what you should do. My first reaction was just like, I thought the clone troopers were the good guys. Where's Ahsoka? I don't like this. Who's Leia? Like, genuinely, I had no concept of Luke, Leia, any of those people. I only knew Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Rex.
I see.
Anyways.
So the twist of, like, you know, Darth Vader's Luke's father.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I lived that. I do remember. I knew the line, but I don't think I knew the context. I don't know. I was 7. It's been. I'm an old woman now. Anyways.
You're so old.
I'm so old. But yeah. So Rebels to me that came out when I was 10 till I was 14. So that's like very much solidified. And I was like, this was like my peak Star Wars. Like I was watching trailer breakdowns, analysis.
Really?
Like I fucking love Rebels, dude. So when I saw Zeb in the live action, which we've seen the other Ghost crew members, except for
Zeb was in Mandalorian, the show.
He was?
Yeah.
For how?
He was in like season 3 in one scene. They go to the bar and he's there and he's like, "Hey, I'm Zeb and I'm here too."
Why do I not remember that?
Yeah. And Dave Filoni's there.
Of course he is.
Like Dave Filoni's there with his cowboy hat, and like it pans over and Zeb's there.
I love how Dave Filoni plays Dave Filoni. Like you know he wears a cowboy hat all the time.
He has his iconic cowboy hat.
He's just Dave Filoni's just there. Like okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, Zeb. So I have opinions on Zeb in this movie.
Okay.
If that's okay, I'm gonna rant about this.
Pop off.
Zeb is a Lassant. He is a Lassant warrior. This is
we're getting that deep into it.
They ruined Zeb in this movie.
Zeb was born in
on Lyrasan.
ABY.
Anyways, he is part of the honor guard in the Lassant tribe, which is he's a warrior. He's like he has his bow staff. Alex is giving me a very, like, I want to kill myself look. He has a bow staff, and he's a fighter. He is very much, like, he gets scrappy. He's, like, the muscle of the group on Rebels, right? There is only one episode in Rebels, which is one that you have actually seen, where I've
only seen 6 episodes.
Yes, where he pilots a TIE fighter. They go on the fruit one. That is the only time in Rebels.
And he was, like, bad at it.
Yes, that is the only time in Rebels he flies a ship. Why is his main thing in this movie a pilot? I understand that he can learn. I understand that there's stuff that can happen off screen, but I want to see Zeb be Zeb. I want him to be the muscle to fight the clone or the stormtrooper, whatever. I really don't like that Zeb was, and I understand that it's about Mandalorian Grogu, but I don't like that he was sidelined. And if you're gonna sideline him, I think he should be more of a warrior.
Or alternatively, if you're gonna make him a pilot, have like an arc or something where we see that transformation rather than just being like, oh, there he is and he's doing something completely different from what he normally does.
Exactly! It pissed me off.
Like, it doesn't piss me off because I haven't seen Rebels outside of the first 6 episodes, but I can understand how that would be annoying.
Really pissed me off because I was like, there's my guy. Oh my god, he saved, they're piloting the ship and then like waiting for, there was one scene where he like kills a couple guys down a hallway. Yeah, like that was the best part of the movie. He was like crawling around. Yes, that's who he is in the show. He does that like times 1,000, but he just does it for like 30 seconds in this movie, and I'm like, well, there goes Zeb.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair that he's not in it much.
I know, but
he is kind of plastered all over the poster and everything.
Yes, just like. I don't know. I just want like just another or even at the end, if maybe like I don't know, he shows up and fights off some people. I don't fucking know. I just don't think his main thing should be that he's a pilot. That bothered me.
I just think in the context of this movie, he doesn't have a character. He's just a guy that shows up.
This is true. Like, and he says some lines.
I get nothing out of his presence in this movie. He's just there for people that watch Rebels to point at and go, oh, that's cool.
Yeah!
But I feel like, and I get that a lot of fans really like Rebels, and it's a well-liked show. I know that people like it, but I also think the percentage of Star Wars fans that watch the cartoons is not that big. You know, considering like Force Awakens made like $2 billion.
Yes.
Like these movies are supposed to appeal to like everybody. And so many people just don't watch the cartoons.
This is true.
And I feel like if you're going to make a movie that relies so heavily on you watching these shows, it's like obviously it's not going to do well. Like that's apparent. It's doing very badly at the box office.
Isn't it like it only made like 30 million or something?
It made
like that?
less than Solo, which was a big flop.
Oh my god. Solo is I'll say this, it's better than Solo. I cannot stand
I don't agree
Solo.
with that, but that's
I
fine.
can't stand Solo.
I won't defend Solo.
I
so
need
that's
to
fine.
I've tried to rewatch it on 3 different accounts and I can't. I physically cannot do that.
I
to
also
myself.
haven't rewatched it, so I will not defend it except to just say I thought it was mid.
Okay.
You know, but
that's fair.
I do think that part of the problem now with Star Wars is that they're not appealing to everybody. It's appealing to just the niche fans.
Yes.
Which I don't care about the box office. I don't care that it's not doing well. I'm not an investor in Disney. I don't get a cut of it, so it doesn't matter to me. I just think even like as entertainment, as someone who doesn't watch the cartoons, I get nothing out of it. And if you do watch the cartoons, like you also didn't get much out of it.
No, I did
because
not.
it has to appeal to people that didn't watch it so that they can understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So they would have to like not give him a character and have it too tied to lore so that like everyone can understand what's happening. So that makes it feel to you like you're not getting anything, that he's just kind of there hanging around.
Yeah.
And as someone who doesn't watch it, I'm like, this is a guy from a cartoon for children. Like, I don't give a fuck. So like it appeals to nobody. I don't get why they keep doing this.
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Well, or just like have different characters with arcs or something. Like I don't know.
Like, do
I don't
something.
know.
You can have a character from the shows, but make them a character. Don't just say, like, oh, if you want to see this guy, like, actually do something, then sign up for Disney Plus so you could watch this show.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so cynical.
Well, I will say, Stinky the Hut, I feel like, is a proper character in this movie. He has a good arc.
More
he
so
has,
than
He
Zeb,
has
for
motives.
Sure. He doesn't want to be like his dad.
He doesn't want to
he's
be
his
like
own
his
man.
dad. He's he's a good guy. But then he figures out that people are using him and exploiting him. So then he's like, I can't trust anyone.
But he has that arc before the movie starts. Because you meet him and he's already saying he doesn't want to be like his dad. He's his own man. That's the first thing he says. He has the arc before the movie.
More times.
Yeah, he doesn't change.
Yeah.
He had the arc before the movie starts.
True.
It's oh my
You're not
God.
wrong, Alex.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
So, how do we even structure? Where do we go? Okay.
Where do we go from here? I don't know, man.
So the Mandalorian, he goes to the planet where Stinky the Hut is, and he meets Martin Scorsese, who's in this movie for some reason. I have so many thoughts about this. First of all, okay, so Martin Scorsese's character, I forget what the race is called. He's like this monkey thing with like 4 arms, and he works at a food truck. Yeah. His whole thing in the movie is that he has information, and like Mandalorian's trying to get information from him. Here's the thing that pisses me off about this. Okay,
go off, girl.
And this is like, thank you. This
is a judgment-free zone.
And this is like an irrational point. Like it's not a big deal, but it's just funny and bothers me. So this movie is directed by Jon Favreau. Yeah. Are you familiar with him? Do you know what he did?
He's in Marvel. He's Happy.
That's true.
In Marvel.
And he directed like the first 2 Iron Man movies. Yeah. He directed Elf.
Oh, hell yeah. Love Elf.
He's done a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
He directed the live action Lion King, or live action in quotation marks.
I've never seen either Lion King movies.
Man, so the original is good. The remake is awful. But he also directed this movie from 2014 called Chef. Do you know what Chef is? No. So, Jon Favreau in real life has like a passion for cooking and culinary arts, right?
Sure.
And so he made this movie directed by him and starring him as well, where he plays a chef who used to work at like this big fancy restaurant, who then quits his job and opens a food truck. Okay? And the whole point of the movie, because he made this movie after doing Iron Man 2, which had like studio interference, and he got kind of, he butted heads with like the Marvel people.
Sure.
And so he made this movie where he plays a character who's explicitly fed up with like the corporatization of, you know, the culinary industry, and he goes independent to open this food truck.
Wow,
you know?
This sounds like a really boring movie.
it's like fine.
Sure.
But the whole movie is about like his experience working in big budget filmmaking. It's a metaphor for the movie industry, but it's about him being a chef and opening this food truck, which is like making an independent film, which is what Chef is. It's a low budget independent film. So he plays the guy who opens this food truck. Okay? In Mandalorian versus Grok, Martin Scorsese plays a chef who runs a food truck. So it almost feels like the whole point of having Scorsese is Jon Favreau being like, hey,
he's independent.
He's just like, I'm just like Scorsese. Like we're brothers, you know, like we're, you know, which I feel as someone who thinks Jon Favreau is a giant fucking hack who makes bullshit movies.
You don't like Marvel movies?
I think Iron Man 1 is fine, but like The Lion King is genuinely one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like his remake. It is so
worse
bad.
Than movies I've recommended to you?
It is an incompetent movie.
I feel better now.
And then we have like all the Mandalorian shit. And he's doing the same like Dave Filoni thing of like just caring about action figures like hitting each other. And so for him to be like, I'm going to have Scorsese and he's going to like play the same character that I played in this movie. He has this food truck and we're just like each other. It feels egotistical in a way that personally pisses me off. It's not a big deal. It's not a criticism of the movie generally. I just think it's really funny that he would do that.
Well, I'm sure Martin Scorsese like approved of it.
No, I know. It's just funny that he had that thought. Like, I'm gonna direct this movie where Scorsese plays me.
Let's go.
It's just really stupid.
What's a Martin Scorsese movie?
Goodfellas.
I think Goodfellas and Iron Man are on par with each other.
The Lion King is just like Goodfellas.
I agree. I'd probably like that movie more. I'm gonna be real.
No.
No?
You would not like it.
I feel like people say good things about The Lion King.
Like the original, the cartoon one. The Jon Favreau one's bad.
I haven't seen either. I know. I've seen the
It's just a case of like it's basically a shot-for-shot remake. Like it's the same movie beat for beat, but everything is worse in very subtle ways. Where like characters will say things that have like motivation behind it in the original, and then in the remake, it just makes no sense. Like. Okay, tiny one I'm going to rant about. There's like one of my favorite scenes in the original Lion King is this bit where like Mufasa is with Simba, his son, and you know, Zazu comes in, he's like the bird, and he's like kind of annoying, you know, and he's like, Sire, I have the morning report. I flew overhead and like, here's my update on the zebras and the antelope. And he's just like going on this rant, and Mufasa like, he's like playing with the son, and he's like, you should like attack that guy, like just pounce him. Like this is a lesson. This is a pouncing lesson. And it's just a fun, cute little moment that shows that, you know, Mufasa, he's this very, like, important, regal figure who talks about the importance of, like, duty and all this stuff. But also, like, you can have a bit of fun, you know?
Okay, sure.
It's a good character moment for him. Right, yeah, exactly. And in the remake, and this is partly a symptom of the fact that it just looks like shit because it's, like, CGI and it's not very expressive, but... like, there's no expression on any of them. And so Mufasa, when he tells Simba to pounce Zazu, it has less weight because there's no expression on their face compared to the original where Simba was bored. He like doesn't care about this shit. And Mufasa keeps trying to tell Simba it's important to like do your responsibilities.
Yeah.
But in this moment he's saying, you know what? He's just a kid. Like I can't be too hard on him. Like he's bored. I have to like be a good father and like play with him too. There's nuance to it. Yeah. But in the remake, no one's expressing emotion. They just all look look bored all the time. So that scene doesn't have the same weight to it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Jon Favreau, and he has said in interviews and stuff for Mandalorian, where it's like, it's so exciting to play in this sandbox where it's like your favorite action figures and they're hitting each other and it's so cool. And that's his entire filmmaking philosophy. Isn't it cool that the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda and Zeb from Rebels and Stinky the Hutt, they're all like playing with each other in the sandbox. And that's what this movie is. And that's every Jon Favreau movie. And it pisses me off and it sucks. And it's not like Goodfellas. You're not Scorsese.
Fuck Goodfellas. Isman isn't here anymore. You're not outnumbered. I'm not outnumbered anymore.
Oh, shit.
Sam and Isman aren't here. The tables are evil. Or equal. Jesus Christ.
So anyways.
True, girl queen. New rant. I can't really comment, but
no, that's fine. That's all I have to say about the Scorsese scene.
Okay.
So
after that,
yeah, then he meets Stinky.
Then we meet Stinky, and he is a WWE fighter with other beings.
Gladiator.
Which I don't know if you know the. Okay,
yes.
So there's this game in Star Wars. I actually don't know the name of it. There we go. And that they play constantly
Such a
throughout.
fucking nerd. I can't believe I know that. Fucking hollow chess game.
The hollow chess game that they play in the originals and in the movies. So a lot of the creatures in this sort of fight scene were in the game, and it's like cool, you know.
Yeah.
Which even I was like, I'll tip my hat to that.
No,
Kudos.
I hated that.
You didn't like it?
No, it's just the same glupshido shit I hate.
That's fair. I can't disagree with that.
Like, I am a disgusting piece of shit nerd who recognizes the space chess game that they play on the Falcon in A New Hope.
Yeah.
And I don't like being reminded of that. I don't like when they're showing me shit and I have to go, oh god, I recognize what that is. I'm a piece of shit.
Oh, well.
It pisses me off.
Sucks to suck, man. You did it to yourself. I don't know what to tell you. I will say one thing. Maybe this... I don't know if this is the reason why. I don't even know if this is like a valid complaint. But one thing about this movie that I don't particularly like, and Kiana, our friend Kiana also said this, was that there's too much of like a mix of CGI and puppeteering, if that's the right term. And I don't like it makes it obvious that some is CGI and some is puppet, and it makes it less realistic for me.
I am so happy that you said that.
Oh my god, we agree.
This has been my critique of Star Wars since The Force Awakens.
Really?
Even before then, actually, because like the original trilogy had the special editions where he added all the CGI shit. And I don't like it. I
understand why someone wouldn't, but that doesn't bother me.
Like, I'm not even against the idea of having puppets and CGI. That's fine. I just feel like in the context of those movies, it's too much of a clash.
Sure.
And then in the prequels, and I hate it for so many reasons, but I think making Yoda CGI in a movie filled with CGI bullshit was a smart move. Because in Phantom Menace, when he was a puppet, it looked awful. It looked like shit. Oh
yeah, he is in like a few scenes.
Yeah.
I forgot.
And then he did a special edition of that, so like now if you watch the movie, it's CGI.
Yeah.
But like the DVD I had as a kid, he was a puppet. And so I associate like Phantom Menace with puppet Yoda.
Okay.
And the puppet itself looks bad, but also it doesn't fit the movie.
Yes.
So I think even though the concept of CGI Yoda I don't like, if you're going to have everything be CGI, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think with Force Awakens, I don't have a huge issue with it. But
is there much? I think Force Awakens.
There's a lot of puppets. Like there's Unkar
I know.
Plutt,
Yeah.
the guy.
What's it? Jakku.
Yeah.
I know there's a bunch of that actually didn't bother me.
No, I like the puppets.
Yeah.
But I don't like that you have all of these cool puppet characters and then you also have like CGI Snoke and Maz Kanata. Like, I feel like you have to commit.
That's fair.
Like, you can have CGI, like, space battles and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, backgrounds. Like, I'm not saying you can't have any CGI. But I think when half of your characters are puppets and half are CGI, it's a weird clash of style that I'm just not a fan of.
No,
you know?
I agree. I will say, Snoke, though, in Force Awakens, he's mainly a hologram. That didn't bother me. Maz Kanata, I can
more
see.
Acceptable.
But even that, I don't know. I don't know why
Yeah.
Force Awakens didn't bother me.
That's fair.
But this movie, it really did bother me. I don't know if it's just different styled or different. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I agree with you in the fact that I don't like the clash.
Yeah. And maybe it's that, like, it's puppet Grogu and then CGI Stinky in the same scene.
Yeah.
Like, usually, like, Maz Kanata wasn't in a scene with the puppet characters, you know?
This is true.
So maybe that's something to do with
It's more
it.
seamless.
Yeah.
And also, I was 11 when it came out, so I also...
You haven't watched it since then?
Dude, Force Awakens is the one I've seen the most. I have genuinely seen that movie, like, over probably 30 times.
It's fair.
And there is reasoning for that. When it came out, I saw it twice in theaters. Yeah. And then like a few months afterwards, it was on demand. So we bought it on demand for a month. So like every day for that month, we watched that movie. It genuinely, I really like that movie, but that's also because nostalgia. Like I think that one, on like an objective level, is fine. But I think it's more like nostalgic, emotional, why it brings it up for me.
I felt that way when I saw it. Like, I don't think I watched it as much, but I must have seen it like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Like, within a 2-year span and then never after that.
Oh.
You know?
I should rewatch. I haven't rewatched 7, 8, 9 in like since the 9th one came out, probably.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched any of the... I think I might have seen... Well, I definitely saw Rogue One twice after Andor.
Yeah.
And then I think I might have seen Last Jedi a second time, but the other ones I haven't.
You saw Revenge of the Sith? With me and Ismail.
Yeah, I was thinking like specifically the Disney ones.
Okay,
the original 6 I've seen multiple times. Okay, yeah. Even the prequels that I don't like. I would have seen them a few times.
Let's go!
So.
Anyways.
But I just don't think the new ones are as rewatchable. Like, even the shows, they're not rewatchable, except Andor. But I have no desire to go back and watch earlier Mandalorian episodes.
Yeah.
But I would just turn on Andor Season 1, Episode 10 and just watch. I've seen it like 6 times, you know? the One Way Out episode.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good!
It is a good episode.
Like, just
I haven't
episode.
Rewatched it, but it is a good.
So
I'll say I will say, maybe this is because they're shorter, but I do think the animated shows are more rewatchable.
That's probably fair.
Okay.
I mean, you'll be lucky if I even get through Rebels once.
No! Okay, once. Listen, just get to Season 3. Season 3 to me is the best thing Star Wars has ever. It's just so good. Ever. It's so good from beginning to end. It's just... Oh.
Season 3. Is that the one that has the...
It has the Andor,
episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
You like that episode?
I thought it was okay.
Zeb was in it.
Zeb was in it.
He's there.
Mon Mothma was in it.
Mon Mothma.
I like Mon Mothma.
She's cool.
But yeah. She's cool. You know what? Mon Mothma should have been in this movie instead of Sigourney Weaver.
I agree. Like, where is she?
She's around. She was in Ahsoka. Right?
She is in Ahsoka.
So, like, she's around during this time period. Because Ahsoka takes place, like, around this, right?
Yeah, roughly.
She's just... I think they just wanted a big, like, movie star to cement the fact that this isn't the show, that it's a movie in theaters. And Sigourney Weaver is, like, a big film star.
I love her in Abduction.
Oh, God. Abduction.
Okay. You continue your rant, but I have something to say about this.
Well, that's it. That's all I gotta say.
One thing that I really hate about Star Wars, about mainly the newer ones, is I actually hate with a passion that they get well-known actors to be in these movies. I stand by, like, because in the original trilogy, like, of the main cast, no one really knew who these people were. Maybe Carrie Fisher.
Alec Guinness was a huge star at the time.
Was he?
Like Obi-Wan, yeah. Even Peter Cushing was a big star.
Yeah, but
like,
he's
Tarkin.
Wookiee. Oh.
Tarkin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Regardless, they weren't like, Ryan Gosling should not get a Star Wars.
I agree with that.
Like, you know what I mean? But like, even for the new movies.
Alec Guinness is different because it's like the supporting character. The main cast shouldn't be big celebrities.
And I agree. Because even like people say like, oh, Natalie Portman. But Natalie Portman wasn't that well known before Star Wars. She did The Professional. I love that movie. She was good in that. But like besides
she was in things, but she wasn't big.
She wasn't like big. This is like...
Even Ewan McGregor, he was in Trainspotting, but that's not like a huge movie.
Yeah, this is what put them on the map. You could argue Samuel L. Jackson. I'll give you that one. But he was like, he's in what, maybe 5 scenes total?
Yeah.
Like, he's not, like, the main trio. Right. And I really liked in Force Awakens and the newer ones that, like, Daisy Ridley, that was her first movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Or, like, I was about to say Finn. Not Finn. John Boyega. He did one Attack on the something.
Attack the Block.
Yes,
yeah.
but
which I'd seen before Force Awakens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I knew who he was.
Okay. But, like, they weren't well known, which makes you believe into the characters more. And one thing that I think, one of the reasons why I hate Solo, and this upsets me because a lot of the actors in this movie are actors that I like and love. But I'm sorry. Woody Harrelson, I fucking love Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Don't put him in a Star Wars movie. Daenerys Targaryen. Why the fuck is Daenerys there? Emilia Clarke. Why is she there?
Paul Bettany.
Or fucking Paul Bettany. Or fucking
And Paul Bettany's character was supposed to be just like an alien guy.
Really?
Yeah, and then when Lord and Miller left and they had to like do all the reshoots, they got a human.
Or fucking why can't I think of his name? Troy from Community.
Oh right.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Donald Glover.
Listen, Donald Glover. I think he's great in Community. I can't see him as anything other than Troy. And now I understand maybe that's just fair. Me, but I'm looking at him playing Lando, and like he's fine. He's doing a fine job, but I'm just like I'm waiting for Abed to show up and for them to do the hand clapping.
And I feel bad because he's a good actor.
He's a great actor, but I just I really think Star Wars because Star Wars is one of the biggest franchises, right? They really don't need big actors to be in the movies because the movies will perform just as well. And you could argue Pedro Pascal. He was
not a known actor at the time when he was cast.
Yeah, he was.
He was in Game of Thrones, but he wasn't a main star.
Sure, but I still think he was more well known.
He became big after Mandalorian.
Yeah, but
people knew who he was, but
yes, but I will say with Mandalorian, the reason why it doesn't entirely bother me that it's Pedro Pascal is because you don't see him for 99% of the movie. There's one scene where he has his helmet off and it's it's Pedro Pascal, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think if they were to cast a big celebrity in it, how they're doing it, I don't want to see their face or make them a fucking alien or something so that they're not recognizable to me.
Yeah.
That's my rant.
I agree with you in general, but I think with this movie, because I agree with the caveat that it should be fine to have one big name actor as the supporting character, the Obi-Wan, Mace Windu,
sure,
the kind of side character that has a well-known actor. I think that's fine, and I think Sigourney Weaver kind of slides into that role. I think she fits.
I mean,
every other character is an alien.
Yeah, that's true. I complain. I've only seen her in Abduction and this. So
she's in
I know
alien movies.
I don't like it.
That's why it's a big deal. It's the big female sci-fi action star is now in Star Wars. Which that is too much. I think. What? You should get a big star for a side character like that. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But Sigourney Weaver, and I love Sigourney Weaver, but that is stunt casting. That's a little much.
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels distracting in a way.
Yeah.
Even though I do like Sigourney, but also the problem is that she doesn't have a character. She does nothing in the movie.
She just shows up. She's like, "Hey, do this," and then Pedro Pascal's like, "Okay." Yeah. And then she shows up on a X-wing later on. Zeb. Everyone just gets sidelined.
Everyone's a pilot. Yeah. Did you know that she had to demand an extra scene in the movie because she was like, I will only do this movie if I have a scene with Baby Grok.
Really?
And so they were like, we'll add a scene. We were like, you're at a table with Grok. I
think that says everything about this movie.
She's barely in it as is. Can you imagine the earlier draft? She does
then
nothing.
Just don't whatever. I don't. She's fine, but I still you could have made that anyone else,
I think that's a case where you could have brought in a known character, have it be Mon Mothma.
True.
Why not?
I would have preferred that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all she does is give exposition. That doesn't have to be a new character with big stunt casting. No. You can just have Mon Mothma, and then for the other side characters he meets along the way, those are your new interesting characters. You know, like those are the roles that actually need depth to it.
Yes.
Like his buddy that he goes on missions with, who like pilots his ship, that should be a role that has like a little bit of depth.
Yes.
Like someone that you actually buy into like the buddy kind of dynamic with. You don't want that to be a character from a thing, and that you don't want to alienate people that haven't seen it, so you just don't give them a character. Like it completely falls flat. That's where you need to have an interesting character.
Yes.
Like the exposition character, they can be underwritten. That's fine, but then you don't cast Sigourney Weaver as like this big character that does nothing.
Yes,
it's such a strange movie.
It really is a bizarre movie, but
what else do we talk about? I feel like there's a lot.
I do like the Babu Friks.
Oh my god, I love the Babu Friks. Thank you for bringing this up.
The one positive. They're great.
Positive.
I love them. I don't know what the actual creatures are called.
No one cares.
They're Babu Friks. I like their
Friks.
comedic aspects. I like that they're just kind of like a clan doing their. I like the ship bit where they're like, "Oh, we have a ship for you," and it's like the size of
yeah, that's good.
I thought that was funny. I thought that was great.
I like that they talk like kind of gibberish, but you can still understand what they're saying.
Yes.
I like the bit when like one of the Babu Friks and Grok are like at this long pipe, and he just goes, "Big pipe, huh?"
Yeah, that's
so
good. That's very good. I like that they team up with Grogu and they like infiltrate.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of like, I know this is like a weird comparison, but it's like, Despicable Me.
Yeah.
It's like the Minions. Doing
I don't like them anymore.
Okay, well, fuck, man. But it's like a fun little side quest. Yeah. That's fun. I thought that was great.
Yeah, I like that. You know what I was thinking watching that, though? And I guess this leads into like a whole other thing we can talk about, is that this movie feels like a bunch of episodes from the show stitched together.
It really does.
And that whole sequence of Grogu and the Babu Friks, that feels like it would have been a really cool standalone episode of the show. Like imagine a whole episode of like no dialogue. It's just like them going on funny adventures.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. So it feels like they had that idea and they were like, well, I gotta shove it into the movie.
Yeah, we gotta place it in somewhere.
Exactly.
I don't know.
The movie feels like just a few episodes condensed together.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Like, and that I think is the biggest issue, because it like each act of the movie is structured like an episode of the show, and there's one point where like Mandalorian goes on this big mission and there's like the big action scene, and then he like goes home for a bit, you know? Like he goes
home. Oh,
he goes to his, and then that's when Embo comes and like kidnaps him.
Yes.
And then all the Babu Friks are like, oh my god, he got kidnapped, and then cut to black.
Was it a cut to black?
There was a cut to black, which that really made it feel like an ending of an episode of a show. Like the big action scene, and then he goes home for a bit, and then the big exciting cliffhanger to like tease you for the next episode. I didn't even
realize that. I didn't
it cuts for like a solid second or two, and then it comes back to like him on the ship and he's waking up.
Yeah.
Like it's so transparent how much this feels like episodes of a show stitched together.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. No, I agree. It did not, when I watched it, I didn't realize that, but when I watched it, I was just kind of like, it didn't feel structured like a movie.
Yeah.
It just, like you said, felt like.
Which, I mean,
it's fine, but isn't, you know? Like, I guess it kind of correlates with the show, but I don't know.
But that's a symptom of a bigger issue. That Star Wars now is a TV franchise, unfortunately. You know?
I mean, like, I don't hate. I mean,
Star Wars should feel like a cinematic event.
Yeah.
Like, that one guy sitting 2 rows behind me, he had the right spirit. When you go and see a Star Wars movie, you should say, hell yeah, Star Wars is back. That's what it should be. But you don't get that feeling anymore because there's all these shows. And I don't want to be reminded of the shows when I'm watching the movie. And it doesn't help that the movie is structured like a show.
This is true. I will say, though, one thing that I do go, okay, you know what? Good for Star Wars is that I do, a lot of people, because like I would bring this up at work and stuff and be like, oh, are you going to go see the Mandalorian? But anyways, a lot of people were like, well, I haven't seen the show. So then they won't go. But I will say, if you haven't seen the show, you can still watch this movie and get it. Which, like, good job, Star Wars.
You can understand what's going on.
You can understand. You can follow it.
Yeah.
You don't need the context of the show fully.
Yeah.
You may not be able to point and go, oh my god! But you can still watch the movie. You know?
But it feels interesting that despite putting in the effort for that to be the case, no one cared. Like,
That's
this movie's
true.
not doing well. Like,
No, it's
you can
not.
tell people that you don't need to see the show, but that's not going to make them want to see it.
This
Because
is true.
if they have any interest in these characters, they would have seen the show. Like,
This is true.
if you don't care about The Mandalorian to the point where you just haven't seen the show, why would you spend, like, $20 and, like, more money on popcorn and drinks and all that shit to go with your friends to the theater to see the movie? Like,
This
just
is true.
watch it on Disney Plus or, like, torrent it. Like, it doesn't make sense. You may as well just appeal to the fans and do a continuation of the show.
This is
Like,
true.
doing it this way isn't going to bring more people to the theater, and the box office proved that that's the case. No
This
one
is
saw
true.
it.
This is true. I'm not disagreeing with
No,
you.
I know. It's
It's.
just
I agree.
annoying.
I will say, I don't know if you had the Burger King meal.
I
but
did not.
Listen, at work, I worked with my friend Aaron. Live, laugh, love Aaron. Shout out Aaron. We got the Burger King meal one day. And man, there are garlic imperial tots. Those are the best tots I think I've ever had in my life.
The Grogu
They're
fries.
gone now. I can't.
Oh.
I went back a few days ago because I was working with Aaron. I was like, God, Aaron, wouldn't it be funny if I got the tots again? Because I raved about these tots. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go during my break. I get there, they're out of tots.
No.
And it's only like once they run out of supply, they're not bringing it back.
That's
So I will
fucked up.
never. And Burger King doesn't have tots regularly.
No.
So I'm never gonna have my garlic imperial tots ever
No.
again.
I missed out on the Grok meal. That's
Yeah, well, you can
crazy.
still get the milkshake. That one was still. I was sipping on the Grog the other
Did
day.
It's like
It's just
it's
a
like the
vanilla
cookie
milk.
he eats, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just vanilla milkshake with blue dye with a bit of cookies in it.
Oh,
It's good though. It's fine.
sure.
Anyways, this is so besides the point.
The Grogu meal.
The Grogu meal. What else happens in this movie?
They should make Happy Meal toys of Grogu.
They should have.
I have a Clone Wars action figure from McDonald's that's like
Wow.
just still around, like in a tote somewhere in my room.
Wow.
It's like a little General
So
Grievous on like a ship or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty freaking
That's
cool,
pretty
man.
cool. I don't think I ever had Star Wars. I wasn't allowed to go to McDonald's as a kid, so
That's fair.
my parents were like, "It's bad for you."
It is. Like I lived in like the country, so we would only ever go to McDonald's if we like went to Ottawa every now and then. So my parents were like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we lived in Ottawa or
It
in a
wouldn't
city,
be.
then we wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's fair.
But
That's
I had
very
all
fair.
the toys.
Wow.
Wow.
Bam.
I used to like keep all of my McDonald's toys in like this big bin in my room, and I sold most of them at a yard sale. But I still have a few sitting
Aw.
around.
Maybe
I
they'll be
think I
like
have my Grievous
limited
one.
edition.
Yeah.
So
I could sell my Grievous one for like $50 on
that's
eBay.
true. You could.
Next time I go home, I'll go digging for it.
There you go. You could be a millionaire
I could be.
with
Just-
all your McDonald's toy. Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I had like this little like Human Torch thing from the Fantastic Four, and there's like a switch on the back, and you
And
flip
he
it up, and
goes-
he lights up.
Wow,
He,
that's
like,
pretty cool.
Yeah, it only very slightly lights up, like, you know, you can barely
Still
tell a difference.
cool.
It's still cool.
So cool.
It's so
Whoa,
epic,
Human
man.
Torch.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I had a
Yeah.
Spider-Man one with like his hand was sticking out, like he was doing his thing,
Mhm.
and there was like this thing that you pull and it's the web, but it only comes out like an inch.
That's pretty cool.
Like he's swinging around.
He's
Whoa.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
The only McDonald's toy I ever had was a Scrat one, and he has his acorn from Ice Age, and
Oh my
I only
God.
went because like the squirrels were my favorite animal, so I requested. I was like, "Mom, for Christmas, can I have the McDonald's Scrat?" So my mom,
So good.
apparently, I didn't know this. They were out everywhere. So she went to multiple McDonald's
Aw.
trying to search for this Scrat toy. But it was like his acorn, and on like his leg, if you press like a button, it would like shoot the acorn
Whoa,
out.
that's so cool.
Yeah, I would terrorize my brother. It was great.
You know what's funny?
Anyways.
This is an aside. I was hanging out with some friends a few days ago, and like for some, I don't know why or who brought this up, but we were watching like episodes of Wipeout on YouTube.
Okay.
Did you ever watch that show?
I did watch Wipeout.
And for some reason, the episode we watched was like a promotional tie-in for one of the Ice Age movies, and they kept just talking about
great.
Ice Age, and like one of the sets they were on had a big Ice Age logo behind it.
That's sick.
And they would just keep talking
That's
about
so
they're
cool.
on the Ice Age Continental Drift set. Yeah, like it's
that's
so
great.
stupid.
No, that's great.
So I like that Ice Age has now come up like twice in the past 3 days. That's
You're
funny.
welcome.
Yeah,
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
Dude, we should watch Ice Age for
There's
the
a new
podcast.
one coming out.
Is there?
Yeah.
But, okay.
It's called
My favorite's the third one, Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Dawn of the Dinosaur.
God, we should do that movie for the podcast.
Ice Age Boiling Point.
Oh, jeez.
February 5th, 2027.
Wow. All right.
Whoa.
A month.
That's exciting.
A month before Sonic 4.
Oh.
Anyways.
Sonic 4.
I'm seeing that. I don't care. Anyways.
Yeah.
Any other things to talk about this movie? We haven't really talked about the movie itself. Well, we have.
We've talked about like all the characters.
Part. Yeah,
basically.
we haven't really talked about the plot. But there's not much
There's no
plot.
It's just a bunch of characters showing up and saying hi.
This is true.
That's all that happens.
So, yeah. I'm trying to even think of like... There's some cool action sequences, I'll say that. I like when he's fighting the snake thing in the water. That was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I also like his little redemption arc of like... Because in the Mandalorian culture... I haven't even spoken about the Mandalorian culture.
Right, yeah,
but
give us the lore.
I mean, it's not much... I will say... I'm not a huge fan of how they do it, how the Mandalorian culture is done in the Mandalorian show and in this movie. But I understand at this point, like, he's like the last Mandalorian. So, like, I can't really complain too much. But I love how it's done in Clone Wars, and I love how it's done in Rebels with Sabine. And because she goes on a Mandalorian arc. Because I always thought as a kid that the Mandalorians were so cool. Because they're kind of like this rogue, we do it ourselves fighter. We kind of like go all... I thought that was so... Like my favorite...
Dumb, but sure.
No! My favorite episodes in Clone Wars are the Mandalorian ones. Which, unpopular opinion. But I love those ones. And you watched the last season of Clone Wars, right?
I think I remember watching some of it.
Okay,
I
so
might
you
have
know
only
some
watched
of
the
it.
last episode. I'm not sure.
Well,
the only memory I have is like Ahsoka in the snow or something, or Darth Vader. Or something.
Okay, well that's like literally
and I think she
last...
fought Darth Maul or something. Right? I kind of remember.
Okay, but yeah, a big part of the last season is I really like how that sort of like culture because you get a lot of like the different clans and how they fight for different things and how they take the Darksaber and the Darksaber's the rule. I really like that.
That's fair.
Don't like how they do it in the Mandalorian show.
It's really bad in the show.
It's really bad in the show, and it's not too great in the movie. But I will say one thing, which weirdly enough, this is not a thing in Clone Wars or Rebels, so I find it weird that they just have this for the show and for the movie, but whatever, is you can't take your helmet off. That's like a thing in the show, which is not present in Clone Wars
Well, it's
or
his
in
specific
Rebels.
clan, because Bo-Katan takes hers off.
Yeah,
right?
she does.
So it's just specifically the cult that he belongs to.
I guess. But that cult isn't talked about prior, but whatever. Fine.
I mean,
that's
that's fine.
It's fine. Whatever. It's fine.
I just don't like it in execution because the show structurally feels like it's building up to him rejecting the cult. Because the big moment in season 2 is he takes it off to show Grogu, and it's like this moment of like connecting like person to person. And then in season 3, it's just like the whole season is about him like redeeming himself within the cult, and like he never takes his helmet off at all in season 3. And then the movie also doesn't kind of continue it, so it feels like it was building up to an arc that they just forget about. That's the issue with it. But anyways,
I did like the fact that his hat or his helmet gets taken off, then he's like, I'm gonna kill all of you, and then he does. I'm like, you know what, that's cool.
Sure.
So that's my parting
I would
words.
like the character more if he just rejected that, but the reason they won't do it is because now Pedro Pascal is a huge actor, and they can't have him like constantly be unmasked. Like he has to have the mask so that someone else can play the character, and he just does the voice. Even though thematically it makes more sense for him to reject the cult and take off the helmet. But he won't do it because they can't. They can't afford that. And that's the issue. which is a good sign that they should just like end all of this, like just end the Mandalorian story.
Well,
I think he should have died.
Yeah, I don't disagree with
like,
that.
He basically died in the movie, and then there's this whole thing about like bringing him back.
True.
They should have just killed him off. Like, there's nothing. They haven't done anything with this character since season 2. He's not doing anything.
The one theme actually that you reminded me of in the Mandalorians, there's like a whole arc or not an arc, but something he says where it's like the old protect the young and the young protect the old, and you do see that in this, which cool. That's all I have to say. It is cool.
The only like semblance of a story.
Yeah. Anyways.
And there's nothing to say about it.
Yeah, that's literally like it's a thing that happens.
But yeah, like he does protect them. The young does in fact protect people.
This is true.
Like he's not saying anything about that. It's not showing it in an interesting way.
Yeah.
They just say it and then it happens.
And then it happens, yeah.
So. It's the whole movie. They say a thing and then it happens.
This is true.
Like you got to go talk to Stinky the Hut, and then he does. And then
that's the thing that I hate about the show is I feel like it's just like they talk to this person, then hey, can you go get this from this person? So then they do it, and then they do it, and then it's just a series of side quests. Yeah,
it's literally like there's the episode where he meets Bo-Katan, and then she's like, you have to go to this place to meet Ahsoka, and so then he does that, and then she's like, you have to go to this place so that Grogu can like do the rock bullshit on the mountain. And then he does that, and then they're like, oh, we gotta go talk to Luke. Like it's just constantly like talk to this guy so then you can go and do this.
Yeah,
like it feels like a video game.
It does. It really
so
does,
bad.
and I think that's Anyways,
this is fucking awful.
I think final ratings, I guess we should get to.
Final ratings, I think I gave it a 3 out of 10.
Okay.
Like, I really didn't like it. And I was, like, as I was watching the movie, I was thinking, this is kind of mid, you know, I'm not a huge fan of it, you know. Yeah. But then, like, as it ended and I realized I got nothing out of it and nothing happened and it's just completely uninteresting, like I can't give it a neutral rating. It has to be a negative rating. Like it's just the whole movie's bullshit. It's I just agree. So like it's not fun. I'll never rewatch it. It's not a fun movie. It's just a series of things happening and none of it's good.
I agree. Yeah, I have this as a 6 out of 10 on Letterboxd. Okay. Which for me, maybe I'm biased because Star Wars, I will always have that natural biasness to like it. But now that was also, I rated that immediately after, and I was like, you know, it was 3D, and I don't like 3D, so I'll probably like it more if I watch it in 2D. And you know what? Maybe there's some things I didn't like, but like,
do you have a desire to watch it again?
I don't want to watch it, and honest to God, talking about it with you makes me really not like this movie. So I think I'm gonna lower it to a 4 out of 10.
Oh, 4? That's awesome.
Because I do actually dislike this movie. I don't hate it. Solo will always be the worst fucking thing Star Wars has ever produced. I fucking hate Solo with a passion. That is literally like half a star, like 1 out of 10. Really? I hate that movie. Okay. But this one, I could see myself rewatching it, but I will give it to a slightly dislike this movie, I have it as a 4.
Like, talking through it really puts into perspective that nothing interesting happens.
Yeah.
Like, at least if there were a few cool things, I could see you going, like, it still leans positive.
Yeah.
But, like, how can it lean positive? There's nothing there.
There's nothing about it. There's no material.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
Like, the music is good.
I'll say that, actually. The music was actually really good. I really like the Mandalorian, like the... I can't do it, and I do like when he goes to like the city where Stinky is. The music that plays that's a good.
Like, yeah,
I do like that.
There's some good, but most of the music is just from the show.
This is true.
Most of the good things about it are from the show.
This is true.
You know, like the Mandalorian looks cool. Mm-hmm. He has a cool look. You know,
but all Mandalorians do.
Yeah. So this movie didn't come up with that.
This is true.
The Dajark aliens look cool, but that was in a movie from 1977. so and they look worse than they did in that movie.
Yep.
Because they're all CGI bullshit. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. There's whatever. Looking ahead at Star Wars, are you excited for Starfighter?
Is that the Ryan Gosling?
That's the Ryan Gosling one.
I don't want to see Ryan Gosling. I love Ryan Gosling. I don't want to see him in Star Wars. I'm excited for Ahsoka season 2, but that's just because I like Rebels.
And because Hayden Christensen's and Ewan McGregor apparently is back.
Let's go. But that I think is the only thing, or Maul season 2 because I really like Maul.
Sure.
But I'm not.
I'm not excited for Starfighter.
I'm not.
It's just gonna be this movie again.
Pretty much.
The whole movie is like it's Ryan Gosling and he's looking after a kid who uses the Force and they're going on an adventure.
But
it's just this movie again.
I believe in Ryan Gosling. He makes good movies. I like his movies.
I'm sure he'll be like fun in it. But you know who's directing the movie? That's the problem.
Who?
Sean Levy, who directed Deadpool and Wolverine and Free Guy and Real Steel, the robot boxing movie with Hugh Jackman. Okay. And he was like, I think he was like a Stranger Things guy. He directed some episodes or produced it.
I like Stranger Things.
He produced The Backrooms.
Oh, I liked Backrooms. I know you didn't, but...
Well, I don't
know.
Fuck that guy.
They
need to hire a real director again.
They do.
They're going to have James Mangold do a movie. I don't know what happened with that.
George Lucas back. Like...
you know, he's living his life.
He is living his life.
If he wanted to come back, I'm sure they would let him. The fact that he hasn't directed anything is a sign that he doesn't want to. So I'm not going to push for it. But if he wanted to, by all means, give him some, like, bullshit to make. Why not?
Or let him, like, write a script. You know, originally he had, like, an outline for 7, 8, 9, and then J.J. Abrams was like, nah.
I mean, there were probably bad ideas knowing George Lucas.
But it's still something more than what was I think it was so
what they did instead wasn't very good.
Well, because they were like, we're gonna hire 3 different directors and we don't have a plan, but it's gonna be artistic. That's dumb. I'm sorry, you need to have a plan. I stand by this.
I don't fully agree.
With something like Star Wars, you can't like do something and then undo it and then like
they shouldn't have done that.
It's so dumb.
I don't think they needed to have the whole thing outlined. The reason why it didn't work sure.
Something.
But the reason it didn't work in that case was because Force Awakens wasn't just like a standalone Star Wars movie. Mm-hmm. It was deliberately setting things up with like J.J. Abrams' whole like mystery box shtick he likes doing, where it's like setting up all these mysteries of like who's Rey's parents, what is Snoke, all of these like mysteries. Yeah. And they shouldn't have done that. They should have just like made a fun Star Wars movie, because then you could do anything with Episode 8. The problem with Episode 8, and I love The Last Jedi, I love it, but the worst stuff in that movie is a consequence of the fact that J.J. Abrams was setting up all this shit in Episode 7 with no idea what to do with it. That's the issue. Don't set that shit up. If you're not going to have an answer for why Luke is on the island, don't put him on the island. Because the answer they came up with, I'm fine with it. I know you don't like it, and it pisses a lot of people off, but that's Episode 7's fault. They shouldn't have done that. They should have come up with the idea first, or they should have not done it. You know? Yeah. That's the issue.
I don't
Episode 7 is the root of all of the issues Star Wars has now. If it's not even that it's bad. Episode 7's fine. Yeah, the problem is
5 stars for me.
Sure. The problem is they had no idea what they were doing, but they pretended they did. Yes. That's the issue. Yeah. And at least Mandalorian versus Grok is like a standalone movie. Yeah. So if you watch it and you don't like it, it's fine. Yeah. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like they're doing Starfighter, which is completely different next year. Yeah. It's not going to derail everything.
They're doing Rey's trilogy again.
Yeah, exactly.
Which can't wait for that.
Yeah. That's the best thing I can say about this is I like that it's a standalone movie. And that's what they should do for a while.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't want them to do Episode 10 right now. Maybe one day, but just make Star Wars cool again, you know, make it interesting, like Andor. Just have like a cool, fun movie that gets people excited about Star Wars. That's all you got to do. And they tried, and they failed miserably this time.
They did. But, what can you do?
Exactly.
We'll still watch whatever the fuck you put out.
We'll watch whatever fucking slop they make. I didn't watch Skeleton Crew or The Acolyte, so I don't watch all of it. Yeah. But I am part of the problem by watching most of it.
Yeah. But oh well, aren't we all? That's why I say aren't we all? We are missing 2 of our co-stars.
That's true.
Co-stars, where they co-host.
Yeah.
For a reason. Exactly. Because we're the only ones that subject ourselves to this.
Yeah. Well, Sam did recently watch the first 6.
She did. She's done phase 1. Of Star Wars.
The MCUification of Star Wars is here. Phase 1. Now she's on to Phase 2 of the Star Wars cinematic universe.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening to whatever this bullshit was.
To us complaining, basically. I hope you have a good day. Or night, or evening.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Go watch Andor.
I agree.
Watch Andor if you want a good
Revenge
Star
of the
Wars
Sith.
movie.
That's a good.
No, don't
that's
do
a
that.
Good,
No,
that's
no,
a good
no.
Star Wars movie.
Don't listen to her.
God, can we do a standalone? Can we just do standalone Star Wars episodes?
We could. do people want that? Do you want to just listen to us complain
Comment
about Star
down below
Wars?
or love, because I love some of the movies.
It's true.
We can
do an episode
Andor.
on each episode of Andor.
We could just
the Andor podcast.
We did that and just not told Usman and Sam.
Well, we didn't tell them about this.
No, we didn't.
They just left,
Guys, we decided about 10 seconds before recording that we're doing this episode.
We recorded another episode. They laughed, and we were like, "Hey,
we
let's
got
do this shit."
Yeah, dude, we should
That's
just have
great.
a something where we just rant about every Star Wars movie.
We could do that.
We could do that because they leave and then we just stick around.
Yeah. We could do like a Rebels thing if I get through that.
I would love that. Anyways, bye.
Bye. Watch
Stay
Andor.
fresh, isn't
Stay
that?
fresh.
Whatever. Yeah.
Bye.